Maxwell's equations. The content is exclusively meant for academic purposes and for enhancing teaching and learning. Any other use for economic or commercial purpose is strictly prohibited. The users of the content shall not distribute, disseminate, or share it with anyone else, and its use is restricted to the advancement of individual knowledge. The information provided in this e-content is developed from authentic references to the best of my knowledge. This presentation shows the discrepancy between the continuity equation and Ampere's circuital theorem and exhibits how Maxwell's modification made everything fall into place. Maxwell's modification of Ampere's circuital theorem. Consider the figure on the right. The capacitor is discharging through a resistance R. The right plate is positively charged. Due to discharging, there is a magnetic field around the wire. Consider a surface that passes right through the conductor in which a current I is flowing. Let the curve C enclose a surface S. If C is away from the capacitor gap, the magnetic field there is not different from the field around any wire carrying the same current. Maxwell's modification of Ampere's circuital theorem. Now consider a surface S prime which spans C. It has an equally good claim to be used in Stokes' theorem. So integral B dot dl over C is equal to integral curl of B over ds over the surface S, also equal to curl of B dot ds over the surface S prime. But according to curl of B equal to mu 0 j, no current can flow through the surface S prime, therefore curl of B should be equal to 0. But here curl of B cannot be 0 without violating Stokes' theorem. Thus, for S prime, curl of B must depend upon something other than j. So curl of B is equal to mu 0 j plus another term which has not yet been written down. It is important to remember that according to Faraday's law, a changing magnetic field induces an electric field described by curl of E equal to minus delta B by delta T. If symmetry with E and B is to prevail, we can expect a changing electric field to induce a magnetic field. The required equation is curl of B is equal to mu 0 epsilon 0 delta E by delta T. Mu 0 epsilon 0 is needed for SI units and we have a positive sign in front of the equation. Let us see if this equation provides the missing term. Curl of B is equal to mu 0 open brackets j plus epsilon 0 delta E by delta T. Let us take divergence on both sides. Divergence of curl of B is equal to mu 0 j plus epsilon 0 delta E by delta T. Now divergence of curl of B is equal to 0 because divergence of curl of any vector is 0. Therefore divergence of delta E by delta T is equal to delta by delta T of divergence of E, which is equal to delta by delta T of rho upon epsilon 0 according to Gauss law of electrostatics. Therefore mu 0 divergence of J plus epsilon 0 delta E by delta T becomes mu 0 divergence of J plus del rho by del T. Now if curl of B, divergence of curl of B is 0, now the right hand side is 0 and it all falls in place. Therefore curl of P is equal to mu 0 J plus epsilon 0 delta E by delta T. And this is consistent with the equation of continuity. The new term resolves the difficulty raised in the figure. As charge flows out of the capacitor, the electric field at any instant diminishes in intensity. With curl of B equal to mu 0 j plus epsilon 0 delta E by delta T, the two integrals over S and S prime are equal. Thus, there are at least two ways of setting up a magnetic field. One, by a changing electric field, and 2 by a current. So closed integral B dot dl is equal to mu 0 I is Ampere's circuital theorem, and closed integral B dot dl is equal to mu 0 I plus mu 0 epsilon 0 delta phi by delta T is Maxwell's extension of Ampere's circuit. Now continuing, mu 0 epsilon 0 delta phi by delta T is a term. Let us see how we can obtain it. From the equation curl of B is equal to mu 0 j plus epsilon 0 delta E by delta T, we have integral over S curl of B dot ds equal to mu 0 integral j dot ds plus mu 0 epsilon 0 delta by delta T of integral E dot ds. Now integral E dot ds is equal to phi E, the electric flux. The term epsilon 0 delta phi E by delta T has dimensions of current, and as an exercise you can also verify it. Maxwell called it the displacement current density JD. Hence, curl of B is equal to mu 0 j plus JD, and closed integral B dot dl is equal to mu 0 I plus ID. Thus, we can say that a magnetic field can be set up either by a conduction current I or by a displacement current ID. The displacement current. The concept of displacement current permits us to retain the notion that current is continuous. For example, in the figure on the right, current I enters the positive plate and leaves the negative plate. The conduction current is not continuous across the capacitor gap because no charge is transported across the gap. However, the displacement current ID in the gap will prove to be exactly I, thus retaining the concept of continuity of E is equal to Q upon epsilon 0A. d by dt is equal to 1 upon epsilon 0 dq by dt, which is equal to 1 upon epsilon 0A I. id is equal to epsilon 0 d phi E by dt, which is equal to epsilon 0 d by dt of EA, which is equal to epsilon 0A d by dt, which is equal to I. Therefore, ID is equal to I, which shows that the displacement current in the gap is identical with the conduction current in the lead wires. This was originally interpreted by Maxwell as representing a change in the state of strain of ether, which was responsible for the transmission of electric and magnetic forces through space. Such a medium does not exist, as was shown by the Michelson-Morley experiment.